I hear that you are a Legacy student. How about you just kick us off by just telling us just a little bit more about yourself and what makes you a Legacy student here at KU?
Definitely. So I am currently a senior, which is crazy. At KU, I am pre-law with a behavioral science major and a business minor. I am also president of our Student Alumni Endowment Board, which is the student group that sort of advocates for both KU Alumni Association and KU Endowment. Both of my parents went to KU, and it was just sort of always known that KU was a second home for our family.
How does that make you all feel as a family, that all of you all have that joint shared experience of being Jayhawks?
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, there's not a lot of things that I can say I share with my family in the same way that I share KU. I mean, I've known forever before I even went to KU that this place had such a special spot in both of my parents' hearts that, you know, that sort of bled onto me. And now that I've had my experience here, I totally get it. You know, I used to make fun of my dad. I'd be like, he's so nostalgic. Like, it's so embarrassing. But now I'm like, my kids better watch out because I'm going to be doing the same thing.
As a Legacy student, what resources or opportunities did you seek that helped pour into you and help you possibly continue your the legacy of your family, but also building your own?
Definitely. Yeah, I think one of the most, if not the most important pieces of that for me was the connections. Even before I made the decision to come to KU and then got here, you know, it was who I met that really made the difference. Reggie Robinson, who was one of the biggest players in my KU experience. Jerome at Endowment knew Reggie and knew of my pre-law aspirations.
Okay.
And so he was like, that's a perfect connection. I met with Reggie on a really cold day on campus, like in February. That's what's so big for me is that, you know, I wasn't a Jayhawk technically yet, you know, but there were people here that made the time for me, regardless of where I was going to go.
What are the things that you've done since you've been here that you've been intentional about to build your own legacy and sort of your own path here at KU?
A lot of times it truly is putting yourself out there when you don't know what you'll get out of it. You know, joining SALB freshman year, you know, I had heard from my dad that there was this great student org that was super involved on campus and got to plan fun events and network and all those great things. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And I feel like that has it's become such a big part of my experience and my legacy.
So the last question I have for you is, if you could sum up your KU experience, or what does it mean to you to be a Jayhawk in one song, what would it be and why?
Oh, I have a good one.
What?
Okay, you know, this song by Philip Phillips, Home, that's like, I'm gonna make this place
my home.
Yeah,
Yes, I know that song.
That's what it makes me think of, is like, you know, because it was already a home to some degree in my mind before I got here and became a student here. But it truly was like, I made this place my home.
Yes.
Because of everything that I did and got to experience here. I think that's what I'm gonna go with.
There you have it, folks. This is our legacy session with Allie Burge.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Allie, for all that you do, and I hope that you accept your flowers.
Absolutely.
And Jayhawks, again, I am your host, Paige Freeman, and thank you all for joining us for this Driving with Jayhawk session. Rock Chalk!
Jayhawk!